I can't do this.
Sure you can. Who knows, you might like it. It's a killer rush.
Buddy, this is your fucking wake-up call, man! I am an FBI agent!
Hello, what's up, guys? Welcome back to this week's episode of Zach and Jay's Ticket Stubs Podcast. I am, of course, one of your hosts. Stumbled over there a little bit. I am Jay. Zach, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just ready to get another week of movie news in, and ready to talk some good chit chatting in this week.
Yeah, man. Well, there's tons of stuff to talk about this week in the world of movies. But first, as we always start the show, Zach, what you been watching?
Okay. As I think I'm just gonna make this a regular thing for the rest of their seasons.
Oh,
but
Arrow
as you know, Arrow and the Flash.
Yeah, we probably should, honestly.
Yeah, I enjoyed both those shows. I actually really enjoyed last week's Arrow episode. It was actually a really, really good episode. Mostly because Oliver came back, so the main character is finally back from being dead, quote unquote. But yeah, so that was pretty good. The Flashes was pretty good. Oh my God, what was the Flash one about?
You know, we really need to have a segment of the show dedicated to like TV stuff because like there's so many good shows out now, and Better Call Saul just started yesterday.
Which I watched the Sunday one because they actually did
2 days
both
ago,
episodes.
2 days ago,
yeah, because they actually did both.
Walking Dead's back.
I watched that too.
So,
that was hype.
So many shows that are out that we really should touch on. You know,
yeah,
like Gotham and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah,
we'll figure that out.
Oh, what was? Now I'm just like.
So I'm guessing the Flash wasn't that great then. If you can't remember.
I remember like what it was about. I just can't remember who the villain was.
Okay.
It was all about the Flash and basically the Caitlin Snow girl, who apparently is going to become Killer Frost at some point because she's got the same name. Okay, she's got the same name, Caitlin Snow, but apparently they're trying to like move on from the fact because Barry and Iris isn't really working out because Iris is with this detective.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I was so mad. Yeah, so Iris has got a different boyfriend for right now, so Barry's trying to like move on from that. And then Caitlin Snow, her boyfriend was Firestorm, Robbie Raymond.
Oh.
So he's dead. He's like dead, and so she's trying to move on to that. So they were like going to it was the teleport girl, Peekaboo. That's who the villain was. So I mean, it wasn't really about the villain as much as it was about like Caitlin and Barry and them like trying to like their more like personal relationship, and they're kind of growing like closer as friends. And then Barry met this like hot ass chick who's apparently from the Vampire Diaries, who he's going to be starting up.
Okay.
It's she's a reporter with Iris at the place where Iris got hired.
Yeah.
So there's like that little connection right there. But
see, in the comic book, again, I love the Flash. He's my favorite character in all the comic books.
The Flash is so good.
I mentioned that a billion times to you, Zach, in our personal conversations about comic books.
Yeah.
Barry Allen specifically, the Flash is my favorite hero in general. I mean, I like Kitty Pryde a lot, but like in DCU, Barry Allen is my favorite character.
Yeah.
So Barry and Iris is like sacred ground to me.
It really is.
And I love Iris a lot as a character.
Yeah.
So like when they mentioned her being in the show, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, this is gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
Right. Of course they're a little younger than they were in the comic books, stuff like that, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, of course they're gonna add the drama to make it like, well, we can't put them together right away.
Away.
The drama between it took Clark like 10 seasons to get Lois Lane in Smallville.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah. You can't just jump into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and in Smallville it took like, I mean, for the first 4 seasons Lois wasn't even there. It was like Lana and Chloe, so I get it. So I understand that, but it's kind of like, man, like we know they're going to get together.
That's the same thing that I have like with Arrow, because it's like Arrow and Black Canary, like Dinah Lance, like they get together, like they're married in the comic books, and so it's kind of like that at that point.
But not anymore. Like, we say not anymore, but they were before.
Oh, they're not anymore.
Well, because the whole New 52, like.
Oh wait, they broke them up in.
I don't. I mean, I stopped reading New 52 like a while back. So when I was reading New 52, I don't think they even met.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
And also, Arrow was like, I mean, in New 52, Arrow was like a little punk ass kid. Like he was.
Yeah, he's like a young kid in the new.
Not a young kid. He's like mid-20s. It seemed like, but he wasn't even like a member of Justice League yet. He was still kind of.
Yeah, he was still trying to like get into the Justice League. And all that
granted, I'm like that's like a while back.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, so
I haven't really read the Arrow. I didn't really read the Green Arrow at all, like in New 52. But I remember
the art
him showing.
off, so.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing him in like Justice League when he was like trying to get in Justice League. But I was like, that doesn't look like anything like the old Arrow. But I mean, yeah, I guess they haven't really touched on Black Canary or anything like that.
But even though it's like they got married, they had a comic book called Green Arrow, Black Canary where they were married together doing cool stuff, which is a great series. So it's like they're together, and we know they're going to get together eventually. And I think Arrow did a good job by having like this whole drama between Laurel and Oliver, like having they dated. Well, he's a playboy, so he cheated on her with her sister, and they died. And she didn't die, and neither did he. They came back. That's like building up, and that's kind of cool. I get it.
Yeah.
But also it's like Oliver cares for Sarah, but then he cares for Laurel, but he cares for Felicity.
Apparently, after this last episode, like Felicity and Oliver's like done.
It's done. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Apparently, because Felicity basically, when he came back, she was like, "Every girl that you love dies. I'm not going to be somebody that you love anymore." And I was like, "Perfect. I don't want you to be with Oliver anymore. I hate Felicity now."
Dude, I'm the opposite, man. I love Felicity.
No, like after he like pseudo died, she became such an annoying character to me.
Well, see, Felicity is very similar to what Chloe was in Smallville.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, her name's Chloe. I could be wrong. It's been a while back since I've seen her. The blonde girl in Smallville. Yeah. They're very similar, like sidekick, best friend characters who kind of had a crush on them, kind of had a crush on each other. Yeah. But they never really will get together type of thing. They kind of like play it here and there. Right. Very similar characters. Felicity is just, I think she's a great character. Yeah. But I think she should be with nobody. I don't see anyone that I think she should be with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in the new season now they're trying to set her up with the Atom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With Brandon Roth and that kind of Palmer, because Palmer took over Queen Consolidated, and so they've kind of, and he hired Felicity, so they've got that kind of like close-ish relationship. Yeah,
I could see that. I mean, for a while they were trying to push that. I mean, that Barry Felicity connection. And I get it. They're both nerds.
I kind of like their connection, but I mean, I understand like how they kind of like broke it off too. I mean, it can make sense.
Well, it's like because when that arc happened, when he becomes the Flash or becomes whatever the fuck what do you want to call it, when he gets shocked, I guess. Yeah. It's like they're flirty and they're together and like they're into each other, but obviously like she's into Oliver and Wally Barry knows that. He's like, hey, I'm here. But he goes back to the city, but you can kind of feel like obviously Iris was there already in his life. Right. So I feel like he's had a thing for Iris for a while now. Yeah. And they just don't ever like, she doesn't see him that way or whatever it may be.
That's basically what it is like, until like the season, well, the mid-season finale, he didn't even like, she basically didn't seem like that at all. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I love you. Like that's basically what it was. Like it was flat out like that deadpan. Like he was just, they were at like it was like during Christmas and he was all of a sudden about to, I don't know what he was about to do, but
somebody going to die.
Yeah, he was about to like go and like fight the Reverse Flash. Gotcha. And like before all that stuff happened, he sat Iris down. He was like,
Laurel, what?
I almost said Laurel. The crossover, but no, he sat Iris down. And he was like, listen, I love you.
And she was like,
and he was like, I know you're in a relationship, but I still love you.
That's okay. Hold on. That shit, I hate that shit in real life or in movies. I hate that shit. Yeah. Unrequited love works every now and then, and for writing and for like creating story. Yeah. But in superhero stuff, bitch, you're the Flash. You can go get anybody you want.
Anybody.
When they introduce Wonder Woman, go for that. Yeah. You know, or whatever. Or once he becomes a flirty character in general, then it's cool. It'd be fun. Yeah. So the Flash was good.
The Flash was pretty good. The Flash was good. Arrow was good. I watched The Walking Dead. That was good.
How was that? Yeah.
It was pretty good. I actually liked it a lot. It was a very different sort of episode from like any sort of styling that they did. Like they even because I watched The Talking Dead a lot too with
Chris Hardwick.
With Chris Hardwick. So I get to watch that a lot, and they were actually talking about it because they had the executive producer of the show on there. Okay. I think his name's Greg something. I can't remember his name, but he's directed like a lot of episodes. He usually does like the big finales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I remember he directed the big scene with the governor from season 4 and his whole his resurgence back into after the whole season 3 Woodbury thing. Mm-hmm. He directed that big battle scene that like made the prison a no-go, and but yeah, they were talking about how sorry, I took a drink of my water. But they were talking about how the style of this episode is very different because at the beginning, like before you see the title sequence, it was very like image heavy. Yeah. And it starts off with like a scene of like a funeral, and originally you think it's going to be Beth's funeral because Beth just died in the previous episode. So you see the priest, and he's like giving one of his sermons and all that stuff, and you see different images of like these two twin girls that died earlier in the season. You see who else do you see? You see Bob, who had died earlier that season.
Do you see Rick's wife?
No, you do not see Rick's wife. Okay. But you see and then you see like this. What?
Do you see the guy with the bucket hat?
What bucket hat?
The guy with the sniper rifle and the bucket hat in the RV. Dale.
Oh, no.
You see Dale?
No, you don't see Dale.
Okay.
No, but you see like these and then you see a picture of like a farmhouse, and there's like, and then you see a different picture of like these two twin boys, and then you see like the farmhouse picture again with like blood on it, and it ends up going like throughout these episodes you see like each of these images, and the episode ends up being because Tyrese dies, like, and that's what happens.
Bummer.
Yeah. So, but each of these images that they show at the beginning take place throughout the different part, and the picture with like the girls and Bob and all that, and basically he gets bitten by a walker. And so he goes through like this hallucination state of like whether he decides whether he wants to move on or not. Yeah. And like whether he just wants to be like, I'm done. Like I've got almost zero motivation to keep living and all this stuff. And so a lot of these hallucinations, like you see the twin girls, which are these two girls that he helped protect with Carol back earlier in the season. You see Bob, who was really close with Sasha. And then Bob got bitten and he died like 3 episodes ago. And then you see the governor. Governor comes back because the governor and Tyrese actually had like a relationship when Tyrese showed up to Woodbury. So you see all these different things, and they're basically all these different parts of Tyrese's subconscious, like telling him whether he's too weak to keep going on in this type of world and stuff like that. And it was a very interesting episode to see. Yeah, totally. It was very different than any other episode that I'd seen on The Walking Dead so far, and I really enjoyed it. That's good though, because they need to do that because I really enjoyed the mix-up.
Like the zombie thing. Like me and my dad talk all the time. My dad's a huge Walking Dead fan. He watched this season. He loves the show. Yeah. We talk all the time about how this show can honestly only run like 6 seasons before it gets stale. Yeah. And in our opinion, I think you have to reinvent it. Which is why I think that they're doing the spinoff, so they can do the spinoff, and then maybe they can either end the main the show,
or have crossover.
Yeah, or like try to spice up one of the versions of them, because you can't just have, oh no, we're out of supplies, go to town. Oh no, horde of zombie. Someone gets bit. You can't do that for 7 fucking seasons. You just can't. Yeah, we're gonna leave. We're gonna stop watching. You're gonna be like me, and we're gonna stop watching. Yeah. Obviously, the people that are comic book fans who are watching the show, they're there because the differences are there, so that's entertaining. Yeah. But people who are just TV fans, they don't fucking know the difference.
Yeah, they need to start.
They gotta do something different. So this is a good thing. I mean, I saw online when this happened that people were really into this episode. From the reviews I saw of it, people were saying it was really, like I mentioned, it was different. It was interesting. Yeah.
It was a really really good. It was one of the better episodes that I'd seen like in a really really long time. Yeah, and the character, like, it was probably one of the first episodes in a long time where you really got to see like in depth of like one character and like how they're dealing with being in this world. And it was sad to see Tyrese go because you didn't get to see a lot of Tyrese. And
people like him a lot.
Yeah, I liked him a lot in the previous seasons. Like this season, he was a little bit more wimpy. Like he really wasn't like into killing anybody at all. And that was actually one of the hallucinations that he saw was a guy from.
Sucks you're being an actually human being, Tyrese.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but
thanks for not being Rick.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really good, and it was really his character. He it was kind of sad because they progressed his character a lot within this one episode, but they killed it off as quickly as they progressed it. They were like, he's dead, and it was a really sad thing to see. But a lot of people like him.
As much as I love Steven Yeun, I want more Asian people on TV. Yeah. I am so ready for his character to die. So the fucking internet will, him or Daryl. So the internet will fucking explode. They'll
probably kill Glenn before they kill Aaron.
Oh, definitely,
Daryl.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I know because I haven't watched the show in 3 seasons or whatever. So I know that Rick has become that governor type of character.
Yeah.
Like I know he's become the dictator guy, which is I understand why. Because I mean he does that in the comic book to an extent.
Yeah.
And like I like that he's becoming this like I have to do what I gotta do type thing.
Yeah.
I like that shit. From what I've seen, Glenn just kind of like... I mean, Glenn's fate in the comic book sucks ass.
It's bad?
I'm just going to tell you because they might change it.
Yeah.
He gets fucking beat to death with a baseball bat.
Oh, is it by that...
There's a guy in the comic book, I forgot his name is... I think he's Hispanic name. He's Jesus or something like that. Jesus or something like that.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
He has a baseball bat. He has a name for it. It has a barbed wire around the bat.
Oh, I thought that was a different guy.
It was
like Ted Nugent or...
And he fucking like beats Glenn up. This is from where I remember. I could be completely wrong. It's from memory. It's been a while since I read the thing. He beats Glenn. His fucking eyeball pops out of his head and shit. He fucking dead. So what's her name? What's his wife's name?
Maggie.
So Maggie and their baby, like they leave the crew and they live their life wherever they're at.
Oh, okay.
So Rick and his group of people, they kind of leave or do whatever. That's from what I remember how Glenn's fate is in the comic book. Now, will that happen in the show? Highly doubt it because he's a very popular character. He's also a minority. I don't think they'll do that. Much like Daryl will not. I don't think they're going to have like Daryl get bit in the leg or something while they're trying to run away. If Daryl dies, it's going to be a very heroic, intense fucking death.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think Rick can die. Say the show ends in like 4 years.
Right.
Once Carl's old enough, I think Rick can die, and then Carl can become the leader.
I can see that.
It's kind of like trying to pull back to Dragon Ball Z, but it's kind of like Dragon Ball Z. How in Dragon Ball Z, Goku is not the main character; it's actually Gohan.
Yeah, and I fucking love that because Gohan's such a good character.
Yeah, so Carl is being warped, and he's becoming this guy, where he's becoming his own person.
Right.
So I think he would be that could happen. Now, will it happen? Probably not because Rick's fucking popular.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you mentioned earlier about he became like a governor type character, and if before this mid-season premiere, I would have said yes.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole last arc, there was this big hospital arc, and he was very like governor, like take no prisoners, like we're gonna do this, and it was actually Tyrese who came up with like the more like humane solution of doing like a prisoner swap. Because Rick's whole thing was, look, we're going in there silent. We're gonna take them all out. Like it's gonna be done. But in this episode, I think the way that all the characters took like Beth's death, I think
Rick changed the perspective.
I think it grounded him a little bit more, and he was very much more like...
Yeah, but his wife dying didn't fucking matter, and he was like, whatever, no big deal. My best friend, don't care.
His best friend became an asshole, though.
Yeah, but you get it, though. I
understand.
Yes,
I mean, I understand that, but...
Like, I felt bad for Shane. He was a dick 100%, but I get it. He was in love with this girl, and, you know, it was such a shitty situation, but, you know, he's put in the worst spot of all time.
Yeah. He really is.
Like, to say a rock and a hard spot is definitely not even close, because that was like the worst situation to be in, and to be killed by your fucking the kid you like helped like survive. Like, he fucking shoots you in the head. That sucks, bro, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, I got you there. But I watched Walking Dead.
Yeah.
What else? I watched I also watched Better Call Saul. I haven't seen the second episode yet, but I watched the first episode.
Okay.
It was because I wanted to watch it because I have not seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see, can you watch this show without having seen Breaking Bad? Totally. And my answer to this is yes, you can.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, they make a lot of like innuendos and like what is it? Callbacks to Breaking Bad.
Call forwards, I guess.
Or call forward. Because technically, this is in the past.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, especially at the beginning where they have like like the whole beginning sequence with Saul and like him working in Cinnabon, like I didn't get it all because I've not seen Breaking Bad until I read the review and I was like, oh, he got some bad shit happened to him in Breaking Bad and he has to work in a mall, and that's why he was like scared shitless when like that big skinhead was like walking towards him, and I was like, I don't understand like any of that at all. But just going back into like I guess the past and seeing like how he became Saul.
Yeah.
I think it was a really good episode.
Yeah, I mean, see, I haven't watched the episode yet. I'm waiting till they're all out.
Right.
But even from like gearing up towards the release and like knowing that I have watched most of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Saul is a character that he's just a fun character in general. He's nothing like anyone else in the show.
Right.
And Bob Odenkirk is an amazing comedian who plays Saul. So it's like you have this character he's just an interesting guy. He's just cool. You know, he's like this cutthroat, like he'll do anything you gotta do, lawyer. That's rad. That's a cool concept. Yeah. And knowing that the show is going to be a comedy, but they're like, hey, we wrote this script and it's going to be a comedy, but it actually ends up being more than a comedy. It's like that's cool. I want to know what happens. Why does he become Saul Goodman? Let's see why. I'm down for the ride. Whenever it's all out.
Yeah. But
right now I'm not gonna watch it.
It was pretty solid. I can't say too much about it because I don't know too much, and this episode is like really, I feel like it's gonna be very closely linked to the second episode, so I'll have to watch that before I can actually like talk about it too much. But
sure.
Yeah, so I watched that. Now into actual movies I watched. I didn't watch too many movies.
Okay.
But I did watch two. I watched The American with George Clooney.
Okay, yeah.
I watched that movie.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was pretty good. Can't do too much about it. It was basically just George Clooney being a hitman in Italy and sexing up women because that's George Clooney.
Now, what was the movie with Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie?
The Tourist?
Tourist?
Is that the one?
Where she's trying to find this guy, like her friend, like her lover.
Yeah.
And she's like a spy or something, and like.
And then he becomes a spy?
No, he's been her boyfriend the entire time, but he had a face like change, so she couldn't tell it was him.
Oh.
And it ends with like, oh no, you're him. He's like, yeah, it's been me the whole time, babe. And they're like, oh wow, and they kiss or whatever. I think it's called The Tourist. That movie sucked. Just saying.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen. It just sounded really confusing. I don't know.
Yeah, the movie was fucking bad.
But
so American was good, or
I mean, it was all right. It was decent. It was very. I don't know how to describe it.
The poster for it looks cool.
Yeah.
But I imagine, knowing that it's like a George Clooney spy movie, that would be underwhelming. That's what I felt like.
It's like a spy thriller, but it doesn't. I think it tries to hit on something of more like a. I'm trying to think of. I can't really think of anything else that has like a similar concept to this.
Okay.
Of like, because basically he's just like he's a retiring hitman who wants to pull like one last job, and the company like wants to kill him because you can't get out of the business.
Yeah. It's
basically that type of thing. Like, it's very straightforward story.
It's like that's like the prequel to John Wick.
Okay.
Sort of, I guess.
But I mean, it was a decent watch. It wasn't fantastic by any stretch of the imagination, but
gotcha.
I mean, it was entertaining.
Okay, hold on. Sort of similar to that, not really.
Okay.
I feel like during this time period, The American came out, which we were gonna watch for the show.
Right.
And then you've been asking to watch that Clive Owen, the bank movie.
The International, yes.
Which is the bank movie.
Still want to watch that, by the way.
So like, I feel like this movie, The International, which looks to me the same movie from the trailer. It could be. Okay. I know it's different.
Right.
They blended to me the same thing.
Right.
And then The Adjustment Bureau all seem like the same movie to me.
I don't know about
Adjustment Bureau, that's Matt Damon or Ewan McGregor?
It's Matt Damon.
Is it Rosamund Pike? Who's in that? Who's the girl in that movie?
I think it might be Rosamund Pike. I'm pretty sure it. I know for sure.
Rosamund Pike. Excuse me.
Rosamund. Adjustment Bureau. It's Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt?
Yeah, Emily Blunt. That's why. Yeah,
that was Emily Blunt?
Yeah, I completely forgot Emily Blunt. Yeah, because they're like friends.
Terrence Stamp. Yeah.
Okay, I should see that movie.
It was a pretty good movie. I actually enjoyed The Adjustment Bureau.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, but
tangent.
And the last movie that I watched The Double.
That's with the Double. That's with Social Network guy.
Yes, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yes, it's very art house.
Yeah,
it's a very strange movie.
Yeah,
it's only like 93 minutes long.
Perfect.
But I watched it and I was like, this is the strangest film I've ever seen. Like, the concept is actually very simple. Like, it's basically Jesse Eisenberg is a very plain dude, and he ends up magically a double shows up who looks like just like him, but way better than him, and like starts taking over his life essentially, and like making him obsolete. Yeah. And so it ends up like Jesse Eisenberg is like, I gotta take my life back, and so they
fight.
And no, it's weirder than that. Like, no, he commits suicide and kills him.
Okay,
he kills his double, but somehow he's able to survive.
Okay, interesting. But, yeah, I've been meaning to watch it, but Jesse Eisenberg to me is an actor who, I like Social Network a lot.
Right.
I think he was perfect in that movie.
Right.
But everything he's done since then, or even prior to that, I thought looked like shit. Like Now You See Me. No, he's
Zombieland.
I like Zombieland, but not for him.
For Woody Harrelson and Emma
Stone and Chloe Mintz. That's Chloe Mintz, right?
Maybe.
The girl who plays the Emma Stone's younger sister or whatever. That's Hit Girl, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Oh, it is Hit
Girl. Isn't that Hit Girl, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Wasn't she also in Let the Right One In, the American remake?
I have not seen Let the Right One In.
I think that's her as well. I could be wrong.
That could be her.
But she's also in Movie 43 or whatever that movie's called, that sketch movie.
Oh, that weird comedy-ish.
The sketch compilation where she gets like a period and like it's like really...
Oh, dude, she was in Little Miss Sunshine?
Yeah, she plays Little Miss Sunshine, right?
Yeah, the girl with the glass. Oh, yeah.
She plays like the actual girl, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Dude, honestly, for a girl who's like 19 or whatever, or 17 years old...
Is she only 19?
I think she's like 17, right?
Goodness.
I think she's 17, isn't she?
She was 1990... Yeah, she's only like 18. She's 18.
18, as of recent, right?
Yeah.
Her career is fucking killer for an 18-year-old girl. I mean,
she's got quite a few things on her list right now.
Like people are like, oh, she's a child actor. No, she's in Little Miss Sunshine. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything she's done since she's 18 has been they've been pretty good. I mean, she's going places, man.
I don't think she's in Let the Right One In, but
okay, who the fuck is that girl?
I have no idea. I've never seen
Let In. It's the vampire movie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've just never seen it.
Who played the vampire?
Lena Leanders?
I don't, dude. What?
Or maybe.
Oh shit. Okay, whatever.
Car. No, it's got to be Leon.
But Chloe was she was in Carrie, right? The remake of Carrie. She played Carrie, didn't she?
Hold on, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure she played Carrie. Am I wrong? Am I thinking of the wrong person?
I think you're wrong.
Who is that girl then? That girl.
The Carrie girl?
Yeah, who plays Carrie in the remake?
Hold on. Hold on. I got you.
Carrie 2014. Search that with Google.
2013.
2013. Who plays Carrie?
That's Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah, same chick.
Wait, is it the same chick?
Same chick.
No, it's different. She didn't. No. Yeah, it's
different chick?
The kick-ass girl's different than the one who plays in Zombieland.
Okay.
It's different chick. But the one who plays in Carrie is the one that is Hit Girl, though.
Okay, so Zombieland is...
It's
Abigail Breslin?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
This episode's become us searching for this person.
Zombieland is Abigail Breslin.
Okay.
And then,
yeah.
And then Hit Girl is Chloe Grace
Moretz chick.
Moretz.
Okay. Yes. Gotcha. Okay. Mission's completed. Mystery solved. Okay.
Tangent's done.
So you said you watched... What did you watch again?
The Double.
The Double. Okay.
But the thing about this movie that I thought made it kind of relevant is the way that Jesse Eisenberg's double is played in this film. He's basically the evil twin.
Yeah.
That old archetype. But it made me hopeful for him as Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Because if he brings that sort of same smug, charismatic mentality to Lex Luthor, he'll be a really good Lex Luthor. Because that evil twin character that he did in the Double is what I would expect a Lex Luthor to be.
Okay, I can understand. I mean, when he was cast as Lex Luthor, I was like, this guy can't do it.
No.
Even if he shaved his head, I don't believe it. But I mean, he played a great villain in Social Network. You know.
Yeah.
Like he was the villain of that movie, really.
Okay.
So I get it. I think he'll be okay. I mean, yeah, okay. I want to see the double. I mean, I was interested in it from like just the poster looked kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And people were saying it was really cool. It was a really big indie flick this past year.
Yeah. It was definitely a good movie.
I'll check it out at some point.
Yeah, for sure. You should.
So now what I've been watching, I cut my list down a little bit.
Lay it on me.
I'll go into my very first thing I watched. Because this has been a very light week for me when it comes to watching movies. I usually watch a ton of movies, you know.
Yeah, you got tons.
It's been a light week for me. I've been sick. I didn't feel like watching stuff. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos or whatever.
Okay.
First thing I watched, a little movie. Maybe if you heard about it, you probably haven't. It's called Back to the Future. I watched the first one. Obviously, still a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
5 out of 5. Whatever you want to rate it. It's
10 out of 10. Would recommend. Must.
Yeah, it's
all over there.
It's a perfect movie. I mean, Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's most people's one of their favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
And if you don't say it's one of your favorite movies of all time, you're probably stupid. I mean, it's so good. I wrote a paper about the movie in college about how it's the perfect movie, and I got an A on it. And my teacher, who was a college professor in film studies and worker in the industry, said on the paper, he wrote like in marker, "You're 100% right, and it'll never ever not be the best movie of all time." I'm like, exactly.
You got it.
Love the movie. It's obviously great. Holds up 100%. Still fun. I finally learned what his shoes are in this movie.
Okay.
Because for a long time, I wanted to know what were Marty's shoes. Because I know they're Nikes.
Right.
And I know I can't find them anymore, but I want to know what they were called.
Yeah.
And I finally found out they were called Nike Bruins.
Okay.
Because I've been watching a lot of 80s movies, if you couldn't tell last week.
Right.
I watched a bunch of John Hughes movies.
Yes.
So I've been trying to find every 80s shoes I can get. I want to buy them now.
Yes.
So they had Bruins. That's what they're called.
Okay.
Don't care, but that's what I cared about it because I used to be a big shoe person.
Right.
But my question for you about this movie is this, Zach.
Okay.
What's the better sequel? Back to the Future 2 or Back to the Future 3?
I think Back to the Future 2 was better.
Oh man, we're so polar opposite.
We're always polar opposites on this kind of stuff.
Why do you think 2's better though? Why do you think 2? Why do you enjoy 2 more?
Honestly, because I can remember 2 better.
Okay, but, yeah, I get it. Yeah,
but I mean, I like the whole future aspect to it better too. I think
the almanac.
Yes, but I thought it was a different take on the future too. Like everybody, when they always try to go to the future, they're always like, "Oh, it's so different," and there's like all these high buildings and smokestacks everywhere. And who's the director for
Robert Zemeckis?
Robert Zemeckis was like, "Nah, it's like the same." But with hoverboards and shit.
Where we're going,
it all looks the same.
Which don't need roads.
Yeah, but his vision makes sense. It's like when you're making the future, you're not going to tear everything down just so you can make these hyper realistic buildings. No, you're just going to build everything around stuff that's already there.
And you would fix up the things that are there.
Yeah, and you would fix it up, but you're not going to like just tear down a building to erect this futuristic looking one.
Yeah.
So I mean, his vision of the future made sense to me. So. It was cool to see that.
I can see that. I mean, Back to the Future 2 has been my least favorite forever.
Okay.
I've always hated that movie. I love the movie.
Right.
It's always been my least favorite since I've seen all of them.
Right.
I think Back to the Future 3 is a more fun, less like convoluted type of sequel. It's just like, hey, he's in a cowboy time. It's kind of fun. Woo, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, those two both come nowhere near the original film.
Right.
In terms of what's better, what's more fun, what's more well written, all that stuff. Obviously, Back to the Future 1 is leagues in its own about how much better it is. So I watched that.
Right.
And then continuing on with my 80s movies for this week, I watched a movie called Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yes, the best one.
Oh, that was one of my questions. What's the best Indiana Jones film?
Hands down the third one, because Harrison Ford and Sean Connery together have such good chemistry.
Sure,
it was so good. It was. I enjoy that. I'm gonna give you my order.
Sure, go ahead.
And I'm only gonna talk about the original three.
So it goes 4, 3, 2, 1, right? 4 being the best. Okay.
No, 4 is the worst. I wasn't even gonna talk about the fourth one because it's just I don't consider it an Indiana Jones movie.
Sure.
It's just awful. But it's definitely third, first, second for me.
Okay. See, once again, we are polar opposites because Indiana Jones Last Crusade is my least favorite Indiana Jones
movie.
Yeah.
Your least favorite?
It's not bad. It's not bad by any means. It's a fantastic film. I mean, I agree with you completely. I mean, it's my least favorite indie film, but it's better than like 90% of the movies ever made. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Spielberg kills it, Harrison Ford kills it, Sean Connery kills it. It's a great, it's a fantastic movie.
Right.
My favorite indie film is the first one. I think Raiders of the Lost Ark is the best Indiana Jones film. I think the Marion is fantastic girl in it. Yeah. She's great. She's awesome. She's tough. And then Temple of Doom is fantastic too, but it has that super stereotypical Asian guy, and he's like, who's also from the Goonies.
I was about to say it's not even Asian guy. It's just an Asian boy.
It's the boy
Little
from the
Asian
Goonies.
boy.
Yeah, same guy from the Goonies.
Yeah, he still has that same terrible accent.
Exactly. And then the girl in Temple, I forget her name. The actress.
I hated the girl.
She's kind of just like damsel in distress.
See, but that's the reason that you like Marion in the first one is the reason why I like the chick from Crusade was because she's a femme fatale.
Totally.
And I totally dig femme fatales. And
I completely do. I mean, I love them.
Yeah,
but in Raiders,
the first one is not that far behind for me. Like the third and the first one are very, very close for me. But I don't know. Overall I just like the third one a lot better.
Sure, I can. I mean, again, it's a fantastic film. It's not like it's bad by any means.
Yeah.
But if you look at my wall, people are listening to this. They can't see.
I'm looking at your wall right now.
They can't see, but behind me is a wall with 2 posters next to a bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
Those posters are 2 Indiana Jones posters, but you don't see a third one.
No.
And the top one is obviously Raiders, and the bottom below that is obviously Temple of Doom. I would have bought Raiders, or I would have bought Last Crusade if they had it, but they didn't have it.
Right.
So just saying. And then next thing I watched, which I'll cut it kind of short a little bit, is a recent movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. You've seen the movie, I'm pretty sure. Prisoners.
Oh, I have not seen that movie
yet, actually. Okay, great. Perfect.
I haven't actually.
Prisoners it's a thriller with Hugh Jackman, Terrence Howard. What's his name? The guy who played Rhodey in Iron Man first.
Terrence Howard.
Howard, Viola Davis, like I said, Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal. Directed by Denis Villeneuve. He made Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal, which is a fantastic movie.
Okay.
But Prisoners is about a guy, Hugh Jackman and Terrence Howard. Their daughters go out one day and they get kidnapped, and it's about them trying to find their daughters. Jake Gyllenhaal plays a detective who's like super smart, has 100% success rate about finding solving the crimes, finding the people.
Right.
He's kind of a weird, kind of quirky detective, and it's just like this super dark movie where Hugh Jackman's character goes from being a dad trying to find his kid to a dad who will do anything to find his kid, including torturing the shit out of a suspect. He's not a cop. He's just some dad. He's just some guy. Like in the movie, they torture the guy who they think captured their children,
right?
And you're just punching the shit out of him, right? Beating him up with a hammer and beating him up. Damn. And you see his face is like this. It's so fucking swollen, and like it's like, oh man, oh crap, this looks so bad. So he had to figure out a way to torture him without killing him.
Right.
So he's a foreman, like a woodsman. He's good with stuff that includes hammers and saws.
Right.
So he builds this makeshift shower box and showers the guy with hot water against his will. Like
what?
Pouring hot water, right?
Oh.
To torture him, and it's like, oh man, this is so intense.
God.
It's a very dark film.
Right.
Very great movie. It's very similar to if you like Zodiac, you would like. If you like David Fincher's work, you will like Prisoners.
I was about to say, like the way you described Jake Gyllenhaal's character earlier, like the quirky detective, kind of reminded me of his character from Zodiac.
A little different type of quirk though. Like in Zodiac, he's like a Boy Scout.
Right.
In Prisoners, he's a detective. He cusses. He's like he gets shit done. But he's kind of weird though, because like he like blinks really hard. Like, he'll be like, It's weird. Like he thinks he's smart. He's a smart guy.
Right.
It's a fantastic movie. I would definitely check it out. It's again a very good crime thriller. And I mentioned that the guy who directed this movie directed the movie called Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal, and that movie's also very, very good as well.
Yes.
I should check that out. Last thing before we move on to our news segment is that I posted a review of A Most Violent Year that I watched last week on the website at theextendededition.com. You guys can go check that out as well. And that movie was awesome. And I'm mad that I didn't get any Oscar noms or anything like that.
Was it too late for it to get an Oscar nom, though?
It came out in December, so it wasn't too late, but it just didn't.
It just didn't get anything?
It definitely deserves one. Oscar Isaac was freaking amazing in it.
Right.
The score is fantastic. Jessica Chastain was so great in it. And Jessica Chastain, I think she has one Oscar, at the moment. Right. I think. I could be wrong. Or she has 0. No, she has 0, I think.
Okay.
But she should have won one for Zero Dark 30. And she should win one for this movie. Like, she was fantastic in this movie.
Okay.
The review I posted on the website explains how I freaking geeked out over how the shots were, how the movie looked cinematography wise. Great movie. It's a great. I'm not sure if you read the review or not, Zach.
I read part of it. Yes.
I explained in my review that it's a crime film sort of. It's not really a gangster film.
Yeah.
It's a gangster origin film.
That's what I remember. I remember reading that. Yeah.
Because he says in the movie, like, I worked my whole life trying not to be a gangster. And the movie ends with him becoming a gangster. And it's like, fuck yeah. I'm so ready for Star Wars.
I'm so ready. I'm pumped.
Yeah, because of Oscar Isaac. I mean, this dude is killing it, dude. He's been making such great movies. I mean, Ex Machina is coming out, which the trailer in theaters...
It looks really good.
The trailer in theaters was like, creepy.
Yeah, he's a weird... I saw the trailer. I haven't seen it in theaters, but I saw it on ScreenRant.com when they had it posted up. And I watched it and I was like, he is a creepy motherfucker.
Well, it's not even him. Like, he's definitely weird. He's a weirdo scientist guy. I completely get that. But it's the robot, man. The robot was so creepy. The robot's like, do you love me? Are you lying to me? Yo, that's creepy shit.
Yeah.
So that's what I watched. Now we move into our next segment of the show, our news segment. Zach, what's your first piece of news?
Okay. I think we both know what we're gonna say for last.
Or first, up to you.
Do you want to do it first?
Up to you.
Okay.
Up to you. So 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey coming out. No. But okay, I'm just gonna go right into it.
Sure.
Spider-Man is now an official part of the Marvel universe. Sony and Marvel got together. They made a deal. They said, hey, we want the distributing rights and all that kind of stuff, but you can make the movie and Kevin Feige, I believe, is still going to be producing it. Yeah. Along with Amy Pascal, I believe, from Sony. So they're going to be getting together. So he's going to be in a Marvel film. They're thinking Civil War because he'd be a great tie-in for that. But he's also going to be getting his own standalone, which Marvel is going to be working with Sony with to try to do that. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be... Did I lag out for a second?
You're good.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a reboot for them. So I'm pretty sure Andrew Garfield's out the door. So we're about to get another Spider-Man in less than 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic news. Obviously, it's fantastic news for Marvel to get back their biggest icon character. Yes. Obviously, everyone's happy about it. I mean, I'm happy about it, and I hate Spider-Man, but I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
It will complete the universe. Now, from what I remember from the press release, yes, Spider-Man's going to be in a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Yes. But Sony, quote unquote, I could be wrong from the exact document, is going to allow Spider-Man to be in their universe. And I was like, yo, motherfuckers, you can't allow shit.
Yeah.
And like, I don't believe that. It's more like, hey, Sony is... we should just get together and do what's best for fans. I don't believe that for a second.
No.
Sony's made no money this past year.
I was about to say.
The hacking, the Spider-Man 2 bombing, they're making no money. They need money. So it's like, hey, let's get together with the people that are making tons of money.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy was insane this past year.
Yeah.
They can make this movie and make it have tons of money.
Yeah.
And us being associated with them, with Civil War potentially, will make our standalone movie guaranteed bucks.
Yes.
That sucks. That's the situation, but that's the situation, I bet.
I mean, I agree. I know that Sony is still going to be making their own spin-off for the Sinister Six movie. They're still planning on doing that.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're completely handing over everything to Marvel. They're just giving them back Spider-Man to try to get a little bit of that money like you were talking about. Because obviously, they've had a rough year with The Interview not doing as well as everybody thought it would. And
the hacks, the race.
And the hacks and stuff like that. Yeah, all the...
even that aside, just Spider-Man 2 just made this was shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it made money, but it was shit.
I mean, it wasn't. I still have not seen it. I'm still not excited to see it because I've heard that it's garbage. And they messed up the Rhino, which I was really mad about.
5 seconds of screen time.
Is it really only 5?
It's like 5 seconds of screen time.
That's dumb to me.
It's horrible.
Like, why are you? Don't even bill him if he's gonna be on there for
it's dumb.
Less. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm happy. I'm happy for this. I'm happy for this. But I've been waiting for this for so long, and
it sucks too, kind of because they had Black Panther in to be the Spider-Man character.
Yeah.
In Civil War.
Right.
Well, they have Spider-Man now.
So they're probably going to go
he's going to be pushed aside.
I think they're going to still have Black Panther in it because they still want to introduce him. But he's not going to be in that central role. Yeah, I think now that they have Spider-Man, because they still have till I think they still have till 2017. I think they're putting it out in 2017.
Well, the new Spider-Man comes out.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, no, it's 2016. But that's still enough time for them to write a script, because they still have all this year and then most of 2016 to get a script and start filming. So they've still got all this year to write a script. So obviously they're probably already back to the drawing board trying to figure out how to get Spider-Man in this movie, get him as much which means they're gonna have to cast a new Spider-Man. So they'll probably we'll probably be hearing that pretty soon. Yet? What?
They cast them.
It's
Matt Damon. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I was like, what? And I was like, no.
They're going don't play with me right now. Older look.
You're messing with my heartstrings right now.
Online, this is true though. Online, the people are like trying to push for certain people to get it because we know it's gonna be Peter Parker. It's not gonna be Miles Morales. It's gonna be Peter Parker.
Oh no, no, it's not gonna be. Now that they actually have the rights to him, it's gonna be Peter Parker.
They're not gonna be like, hey, we're gonna put our B character in. We're going with our bread and butter, our mainstay Spider-Man. We're going Peter Parker.
Everybody, this is the character that's everybody has known for the past 15 years. Peter Parker. They don't know Miles. Nobody even knows who the Ultimates are. And anyways, Marvel's getting Marvel's Ultimate Universe anyway. So you know.
So, but I mean, people have been. We can look online after we're done recording the show.
Yeah.
Logan Lerman is people are trying to push for him because
I don't know who that is.
He was in Fury, and he plays Percy Jackson.
He's the one who plays Percy Jackson?
Yeah, he plays Percy Jackson. Yeah. He apparently, here's what happens, Zach. So apparently he was number 2 behind Andrew Garfield, and then they cast Garfield. And then since he was number 2, they cast Garfield. If Garfield said no, Lerman was going to get it. And I'm like visually looking at him, I don't really see Peter Parker, but seeing him act, he has skills.
Yeah,
he can play a character. He can play a teening guy. I mean, he's a teen. He's like my age. He's like 22. He can play a character. He can play a teenager who has troubles because he's been in Percy Jackson. You know, he's already in an established franchise. Mm-hmm. I think he can do it really, really well if he really kind of comes out and goes balls to the wall, nerdy Peter Parker guy. He can. I think he can do it. Change his haircut, but he can do it.
Yeah,
I think he's great in Fury, from what I hear.
I haven't seen him in Fury. I just know him from Percy Jackson. I mean, that movie wasn't great, but he was all right in it.
Sure.
He definitely played like a nerdy-ish character. So,
but Percy Jackson, it wasn't him who was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the movie overall.
Yes.
Like I mean, and
I agree.
I'm pretty sure. I get this movie. I bet they made money.
Oh, I'm sure it made money. Yeah.
I mean, because it was a young adult novel series. Yeah. I bet it made money.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the problem with that. I think he is a good cast pick. If they do pick him, I mean, we are like months ahead of time.
Right.
We're like speculation from the jump.
Yeah, from the jump.
So I think he'd be a good choice. I can't name anyone else who I could think could play him. Honestly, at the top of my head, I can't think of anybody. Because they're gonna go young Peter Parker. They're gonna go.
They have to.
They're gonna go high school.
They have to. They can't not. Because I mean, that's Spider-Man is young, or at least if they're gonna reboot it. They don't have to do an origin story, but they at least need to do like a young Peter Parker. Like you can't just go straight into like a 30-year-old.
Since we're going to be getting him in the MCU first, we're not going to get an origin story. We're just going to get Spider-Man. He's going to be there, kind of like the Hulk was in Avengers.
Yeah.
So we're going to have that. So we kind of need to know, like, if he's a young guy, I think it'll be a good dynamic between him and then because everyone else is going to be so much older. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, Tony Stark's going to be 40.
Yeah, he's going to be really old.
I'm okay with that because it would be a big deal for him to, like, these older guys, Captain America, who's like 80, and then, like, Iron Man to kind of sway this teen kid around. I get it. If he was, like, 25, it's like, he'll pick whoever he wants to pick.
Yeah.
If it's, like, a young guy, he can, like, really be, like, the trouble of picking between two idols. I get it.
Yeah. I understand that, too. Yeah, I totally got that.
So, that'll be cool. That's going to be cool.
Yeah. So, what do you got? Your piece of news.
50 Shades of Grey.
Ooh.
Director Sam Taylor Johnson, who directed Nowhere Boy, which was a Beatles movie.
Okay.
Confirmed sequels: 50 Shades Darker and 50 Shades Free. 50 Shades of Grey apparently is going to make $45 million just from early ticket sales, which is like insane.
Just from early ticket sales?
Just from pre-sale tickets. Not even from like opening weekend, like people going to the theater on the day going to buy. Just people who like went, I want to see this movie, and they bought tickets.
Right.
So of course the sequels are going to be confirmed. The thing is though, the movie's not even out yet. Yeah. It's already confirmed, you know?
Yeah,
they're fucking insane.
You don't even know how much you're going to make, and you're already like, greenlit 2 sequels.
Well, I know the movie's going to make money. I know it's going to make money.
Yeah.
Because the pre-sales already have made it money.
Yeah.
But now is it going to be good is a different story. Because if it's a piece of crap but makes money, do you really want to... I mean, they're going to rock the sequel regardless.
Yeah.
But, Zach, how do you feel... But since the movie's not out yet, and the sequels are already planned, how does that make you feel about the film, about the sequels, you know?
I don't know. I mean, it's like you said, it depends on how good this movie is and how true they stick to the source material. I mean, I don't know how much. I don't know much about the source material.
The source material, let's be real though, is probably crap.
I mean,
like, you know, it's probably crap source material.
That's fair. I mean, I haven't read it, so I don't know. A lot of people liked it. A lot of girls liked it. Apparently.
A lot of people like it. Yeah. I mean, $45 million worth of people.
Yeah, 45 million
like it already. You know,
2 sequels, greenlit amount of people like it. So, but
I'm interested. I'm interested to see the movie. Because, I mean, it correlates directly to the movie we're talking about today.
Yes.
I'm interested in seeing where the franchise goes because, you know, will they make the last book 2 movies? Like, will they do that?
They better. I don't want to see 2 parts of more sex.
50 Shades Freed Part 1, 50 Shades Freed Part 2.
50 Shades Freed Part 2.
And then
time, more sex and handcuffs, Scott.
Yeah, and
more sexy.
50 minutes of sex scenes, not 20 minutes. Not enough. Is that what you got for me?
Okay, next thing, going back to the Spider-Man thing, Marvel had to change around a lot of their movie release dates to make room for this new Spider-Man movie. So basically, everything after Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Didn't Black Panther get pushed up?
No, it got pushed back.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Let's see. I think they said they're releasing Spider-Man 2. They're going to be releasing it on, July 28th, 2017.
Okay.
So it's right in between Guardians and wait a second. Oh yeah. So it's right in between Guardians and Thor. But Thor was originally supposed to be released on July 28th. So they basically had to move everything back. Except I think the only things they didn't move back were the Avengers movies.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like those are still stuck. But Thor got moved back to November 3rd. Black Panther got moved to 2018 instead of being in 2017. Captain Marvel's in 2018, and Inhumans got pushed back all the way to 2019 with Avengers Part 2.
Let's be real though, Zach. A couple weeks ago, we had this conversation about saturating a market.
Yeah.
And I mentioned how I'm kind of tired of superhero movies.
Okay.
And I am very happy that Spider-Man's back.
Right.
I'm happy to see a different rendition of the character, even though it'll be a 3rd reboot in a decade, or whatever, or almost a decade and a half, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I look at the slate again and I'm like, man,
it's a lot of movies.
It's a lot of movies. It's a lot of content. I mean,
I mean,
That's
after
like 10 movies, right?
Yeah, I mean, after you've got Avengers, you've got Ant-Man, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians, Thor, Avengers, Black Panther, Marvel, Avengers, and Inhuman. That's 10 movies.
10 movies.
Plus Marvel, Ultron, which is coming out in less than like 3 months. That's 11 movies in 4 years. That's a lot of movies.
Insane. Now, I say that it's insane that I'm tired of it because I already have a Marvel Cinematic Universe
that you want.
I can get away from it now. I've had it. Whatever. I can get away from Robert Downey Jr. and making some dumb pun. I'm okay with it.
Right.
Now, the DC Cinematic Universe that we've seen nothing except for Man of Steel, that slate is also just as big.
Yes.
But I am very intrigued because we don't have anything.
Yeah, we don't have anything yet until not even this year. We have to wait till next year to even see what Batman and Superman holds.
And back to Marvel's side, it's like they have the Infinity War thing, right? Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Infinity. Yeah, they've got that part 1, part 2, Infinity.
But who's going to direct it? Because Joss Whedon ain't going to direct it.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done. You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get it. I'd be done too.
Yeah, I think I remember them talking about some people directing it, but I can't rememor.
Zack Snyder.
Dude, that's better not be Zack Snyder.
Bounce back over. He'd be like, Justice League? What? No, I'm Avengers. The
director whore of the
movie
comic
world.
universe. But let's see. Oh, never mind. I guess they don't have a director yet.
There's too. I think it's too soon for them to even announce anything.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I'd seen speculation of certain people, but
they definitely have probably a wish list of people.
Yeah,
and that top of the list is definitely gonna be Joss Whedon.
Yeah,
but
he's done now.
Yeah, he's done for sure.
Yeah,
I think
he wants other stuff.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, he's a very creative dude. I don't want to be doing that either.
Yeah. I'd rather him stop while he's still enjoying himself.
But he's not enjoying himself though.
I mean, yeah, that's why I feel like this is the end for him.
Every article I see about him is like, he's saying he's frustrated, and he's like, every picture you see of him, he looks worn out because that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then the movie's being pushed back. You know, it sucks. I wanted to see Black Panther.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what's it called, Inhumans.
Yeah.
I was really excited for Inhumans to kind of see.
I was really excited for it too.
I don't need Civil War. I don't need Thor Ragnarok. I don't need those movies because
I'm excited for Captain Marvel though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I see the things that we're excited for are the things that we have to wait for.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that's like sort of experimental that we'll be getting fairly decently will be Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how I feel about that because of it's got that Cumberbatch.
See, I'm not even excited for Age of Ultron. I'm not even a little bit excited.
I'm actually still kind of excited for Ultron because Ultron's a cool villain. So and it'll be Whedon's last film, so I want to see if he'll make it better than Avengers.
Yeah, but dude, I have like zero hype for it. I'm going to see it for sure.
I mean, I don't think I'm as hyped for it as I used to be, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
It's bad though because all the hype I have for this year's movies, like when we did our most anticipated movies of 2015,
right?
Like most people are probably like Avengers,
yeah,
right? Captain America 3 or whatever, Star Wars.
Right.
Me, I love Star Wars.
Right.
I love comic books.
Yeah.
I'm not excited at all because I know what I'm gonna get when it comes to Marvel movie. I know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a comedy action movie.
Right.
I know that. Star Wars, I know what I'm going to get, sort of. I can kind of tell from J.J. Abrams. I have Star Trek. I can kind of tell from that.
Yeah.
The trailer came out, Star Wars, like I can kind of get the feel for it from there. Everything I'm excited for is like a different, like an indie movie, like Southpaw, or like Bleed for This, like
dude,
boxing movies.
Good,
like yeah, it does look great. Yeah. Like I'm excited for those movies, The Revenant, like stuff like that.
Oh, The Revenant. It's Mission Impossible 5. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for those movies, but not Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I mean, I'm still excited for Star Wars, yeah. I mean, it's just, right now, the hype's kind of died down because it's been a while since they've really done anything, like, trailer-wise from it. So, I mean, now it's just, like, I'm at the point where I've, like, mellowed out. Because, I mean, when that trailer first came out, I'm not going to lie, I fanboyed really, really hard.
I didn't.
I know. I remember we talked about this, but
yeah,
I fanboyed really, really hard. I was really excited for it. And the trailer looked awesome, but now it's just to that point where I'm mellowed out. Like I take in the news when it comes in, but I'm not really like searching for anything or be like, oh my God, there's more J.J. Abrams talking about Star Wars. I'm like, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, and it's.
I mean, I avoid all news. Honestly, I don't watch, I don't listen, I don't read any news about Star Wars. I don't read any news about Marvel unless it's a really, really big thing like this, or you bring it up on the show. Right. I don't really. I mean, Star Wars news. I don't care for. I'm gonna watch the movie regardless. Like, you already have my ticket.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about Marvel already,
okay.
I might as well go ahead and mention it that the Daredevil Netflix trailer came out.
Yes. And
I said I was tired of the Marvel superhero movies saturating the market. Not when it comes to TV, because TV's a different medium, TV's a different story. Daredevil's one of my favorite Marvel characters. This trailer looked perfect.
It looked awesome.
It looks like Arrow times 10 with the grit. Like, take Arrow's grittiness, add more grit to it. That's Daredevil.
Take grittiness, add an extra dash of grit.
Yeah, and then this guy, I forget his name, but the guy who plays Matt.
It's Christopher something.
He looks perfect as.
He looks really good, like a really good Matt Murdock.
Yeah, he looks great, and like the glasses look sweet. And I know people were bitching about the costume. He has his black costume. He's gonna get the red costume.
He'll get it eventually. Just calm down and hold your. He has to go through
phases first.
Yeah. Charlie Cox. That is
okay. Give him the black and yellow costume. Yeah. Give him the other costumes before he gets the red one. We get it. Let him do his thing. And this trailer shows he can get beat up still. He's not like some invincible person.
Yeah.
He's vulnerable. He's still not in his prime as a kung fu master,
Yeah.
He's still just a dude.
That end scene with the river and you see the blood, I was like, yes. Like the grittiness with more adding more grit is definitely the way to describe this. The way this TV series is looking to shape up.
I mean, between that and then like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, I think Daredevil will be the exception because I think everything else is going to have the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like comedy action thing. I don't
know about Jessica Jones because they have the Purple Man in there, and I've been reading up on the Purple Man. And I was like, that could get really, really dark, really, really fast.
Well, I don't think. Daredevil by far, like
for sure, Daredevil's like way darker.
Daredevil is so dark that he was a shadow ninja king or whatever.
Yeah.
To where Mark Waid had to take him out of darkness, like literally make his book bright, purposely make the colors bright because he's like, Matt's life's been shit for the past 5 years. Let's make it nice. Like that's. They had to do that in Marvel, so this character is gonna be. His life sucks. Yeah, and he's a dark character. He literally sees only darkness. Yeah. So I think it's gonna play out really well. I think it'll turn out better than Arrow has. I think it'll turn out. This could be the changing point for Marvel's TV. But I think the TV, like the TV, so like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like on actual TV.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the right way to go for Marvel.
I
think they have to do this Netflix, do this Hulu type of series, or do an HBO Cinemax thing where they can like push the boundaries a little bit more.
Yeah,
because DC characters don't really go that level.
Yeah.
So this is a good time for a Punisher series to come along too.
Ooh, I'd be down for that. Yeah, Punisher.
So Zach, what you got?
Let's see.
Hopefully, we can stray away from Marvel.
I shall have a stray. Let's see. We've got Nicholas Winding, the director of what is it?
Nicholas Winding Refn?
Is that how you say it?
Nicholas Winding Refn, right? Drive director, Neon Demon?
Yeah, the Neon Demon, the director of Only God Forgives and Drive.
Yeah, and Pusher.
Yes. He did Pusher too?
Yeah, I think he did Pusher.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But he released his full cast list for his new movie, Neon Demon. Got Keanu Reeves and Christina Hendricks.
Oh yeah.
And I'm excited to see this.
I love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I love Nicholas Winding Refn in all his movies.
Yeah.
And Christina Hendricks.
Whew.
I love Christina Hendricks as well.
And I'm excited for like the premise of this film. It's basically like a weird sort of new horror flick for him. I can't remember exactly what I read, but I remember being intrigued by it. It was like it's a female-led thing, and it's like what happens when you get too far into the world of like beauty and I think modeling and stuff like that, and it's like the dark side of it, which kind of reminds me a little bit of like
Devil Wears Prada
or like Black Swan or something like that, where it's like something that's very like very glamorized, but you see like a darker, more gritty aspect to it. I'm excited to see that.
I mean, this guy makes nothing but good movies.
Yeah.
Only God Forgives is definitely I think his weakest movie.
Okay.
But he made Pusher, and I said I said Pusher was fantastic. Yes. And he made Drive, and I love Drive.
Yeah.
This movie's gonna be good.
Yeah, and I saw the movie poster for it. The Neon Demons, very stylized, very very much like one of his movies, like a Drive poster or Only God Forgives or something like that, and it looks awesome. I'm down to see it.
Plus Keanu Reeves, man, this dude. John Wick came out. He has Knock Knock coming out.
Yes.
From Eli Roth. John Wick sequels are being worked on.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy, this Keanu Reeves, man, I think he's a fantastic leading man for a particular type of movie. He's not an Oscar type of guy. He's not a Birdman type of actor.
Right.
But I do think that he should be getting more roles. I mean, he's 50, so I think he should be getting. He'll be getting a lot more stuff. I'm happy to see that.
Yes.
My next piece of news actually is a couple release dates being switched around. Creed, the movie Creed, which is the spin-off of Rocky, gets a Thanksgiving 2015 release. So it comes out November 25th, 2015. Michael B. Jordan, who's in Fantastic Four, opening alongside Good Dinosaur and Ridley Scott / Matt Damon's The Martian.
Okay.
So that's some heavy competition because Pixar movies make tons of money all the time. And then The Martian is Ridley Scott, Matt Damon, that's probably going to reel in a bunch of science fiction stuff. Mm-hmm. And Creed, I mean, it's a spin-off of Rocky.
Right.
About Paul Creed's grandson being trained by Rocky Balboa.
Right.
So I know I'm going to see it. And it's an American icon.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone's going to check it out.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. But along with that release being switched, Point Break remake switches to December 25th, 2015.
Yeah, I saw that.
So great time for a Point Break movie to come out. Good action flick. Because doesn't Star Wars come out the same day?
Which day?
A week after. Excuse me. Star Wars comes out the week before.
Okay.
I believe. So a week after, it's going to be Point Break and Star Wars in theaters, I believe, if I'm correct. It's going to be a good counterbalance to the Star Wars space opera stuff.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
I am too. I'm really excited for it.
What you got for me?
Okay, next thing I've got, in line of recent weeks, talking about Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell getting a live action movie.
Yeah.
We have 2 new movies that are scheduled to get live action remakes.
Oh, Robotech.
Yeah, Robotech and Astro Boy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I'm more excited for Robotech than Astro Boy.
I disagree, only because I love, growing up as a kid, I loved mecha anime.
Yes.
But also loved Astro Boy and stuff a lot as well. Okay. Obviously, I'm more excited for Ghost in the Shell because my favorite anime of all time is Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
But Astro Boy, I think it's going to be easier to do. So we'll see. I think we'll see a more fun, family-oriented movie. Robotech has been in production hell for so long, and that's a political drama, man. Like the actual series is that's a political drama, and I mean it's gonna be great. I think it'll be fun. I don't think it'll turn out well though.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, it's gonna be like 5 years probably. Or 10
yeah,
years
I mean, yeah, it's gonna
be
a while before they come out, but yeah, I'm definitely excited to see that. We're about to get more, like Hollywood's really starting to get into the anime, classic anime culture, and I'm really excited to see that because there are a lot of good stories within anime. Yeah. And
I mean, we have Akira that's been working on for a long time. Akira, Ghost in the Shell, obviously with Scarlett Johansson now.
Yep.
Robotech. Astro Boy's been looked at a lot. You know, so there's a lot of cool stories we could tell.
Yeah.
For sure. You know, it's a great catalog of this classic manga that we can pick from. Now, I would prefer us to just have our own creative ideas.
Yes.
Like The Revenant or Birdman.
Yeah.
And go with that instead of trying to make like, hey, we're going to pick an idea out and just use that idea.
Yeah.
But we have a billion comic book movies, so what the fuck, you know?
I mean, and not only comic book movies, it's like every other movie nowadays is based off some sort of novel or something. That 50 Shades of Grey, Hunger Games. You've got everything, man.
I'm happier with novels because like we're just getting a visual for it.
That's true.
But when it's a comic book or a manga or anime, it's like we already have the anime.
That's true.
But it's also kind of like I think Robotech will sit better with American audiences.
Okay.
Versus Astro Boy. Astro Boy is hella anime. It's like about a boy who's a robot. His doctor makes him kind of like Mega Man, but kind of not like Mega Man.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of different. He's a boy. He has rockets on his feet. But it's like Robotech's like space opera, space political drama, thriller, robots, airplanes that fly through space, aliens. So I think that will fit more into the science fiction fans' like appetite versus like small robotic boy with cannon for hands.
Yeah.
Even though I love Astro Boy.
I agree with you there. Yeah.
My next piece of news is that Universal's Steve Jobs movie that stars Michael Fassbender gets release date October 9th, 2015. Danny Boyle is directing it. Script by Aaron Sorkin, who you maybe know him as the guy who did the script for Social Network. Okay. This movie I'm very excited for because whenever Aaron Sorkin writes biopics, that's going to be good. Michael Fassbender is fantastic. This movie will win Oscars.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Calling it now.
Calling now. Way ahead of schedule.
I think it's going to win Best Picture. I think. Or at least Best Screenplay. One of those two.
Okay.
What you got for me?
Okay. Next thing I've got, let's see. Jennifer Lawrence and Christopher Pratt are set to star in a new sci-fi
I saw that
flick called Passengers with the director of the guy who did the imitation game. The Intimidation
game.
No.
Yo, bitch.
No, but the Imitation Game, which is that movie that got Oscar nominations with Benedict Cumberbatch, which shouldn't have got Oscar nominations.
Who's in that? Not Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley was in Theory of Everything, right?
Was she?
Hold on.
Keira Knightley was?
What is she in? I can't remember which movie she's in. Is she in Theory of Everything or is she in Imitation Game?
I don't think she's in the Theory of Everything.
Okay, so she's in the Imitation Game then.
She's in the Imitation Game?
Okay, I can't remember what movie she's in between those two. They're both British.
Oh, she was in it. Oh, I had no idea she was in that.
Yeah, she's nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, but Morton Tildum is set to direct this movie. So we've got that coming up. Obviously, Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, two really big popular stars in the Hollywood universe, with Pratt doing Guardians of the Galaxy and Jennifer Lawrence doing all her stuff with the Hunger Games. Yeah, they're just... this movie is obviously going to make a lot of money if these two are going to be in it together. We've got that coming up.
Agreed. Straight Outta Compton trailer.
Oof.
Red Band trailer came out a few days ago. We posted a write-up on our website at theextendededition.com where I talk about what I liked about it and how this movie looks very, very promising because it looks well shot. It looks fun. Now, my worry is that it could be one long music video. And the acting could be shit. We'll find out. That's coming out next August, but that trailer's out. Check it out if you haven't. Yeah, I
was excited to see that. I watched the trailer and it looked really, really good.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, totally.
We've talked about this before. I don't usually like biopics and stuff like that, but this is one that I'd be willing to see.
Oh yeah, totally, dude, totally.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
Yeah. That's something that's very close to my heart. Mel Brooks is talking about making a Spaceballs sequel.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
How
about no?
This could go either way because Mel Brooks has not made a movie in a really long time.
Yeah, dude.
So I don't know how this is gonna go.
Talk about trying to make money off Star Wars again. Like, come on. Like, if you don't have a good idea,
Star Wars and Star Trek.
Like, I think like if you had a good idea for a script, it would have came out right after the first Spaceballs. But coming in now is like you're just trying to get a money grab, I think.
I mean, to be honest, he did talk about the fact that his sequel in the Spaceballs original was going to be Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. So there we go. Call forwarding to the way of greedy Hollywood directors and how sometimes they make movies just to make movies.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But yeah, so we've got that. Mel Brooks Spaceballs 2 coming out, or not coming out, but in the works.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna see it because I love Mel Brooks.
I love Spaceballs. I mean,
and I love Spaceballs. Blazing Saddles, Spaceballs, History of the World Part 1. Mel Brooks, I love all his movies. So
I'm not that much of a fan like you are, but I like Spaceballs. I definitely think there are better comedian writers out there. Whatever. Yeah. My last piece of news, though. Brad Pitt and one of my favorite directors, Robert Zemeckis, are coming together for a rom-com taking place during World War II.
Yes.
With the script by Stephen Knight, who also wrote and directed one of my favorite movies this past year, Locke, with Tom Hardy. That just sounds like it's going to be good. I mean, Brad Pitt is a killer.
Right.
Zemeckis makes, generally speaking, great movies.
Okay.
Stephen Knight, I trust him because of Locke. Yeah. I think it's going to be good.
So, remind me, because I don't know too much about, what movies has Zemeckis made?
He's made, I'm pretty sure, he's making The Walk with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He made, I believe, Polar Express.
Polar Express?
Polar Express, right? I believe
the one with Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Okay.
He made Flight, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Back to the Future.
I'm down. If he made Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I'm down for it.
I mean, I probably should just said flat out Back to the Future.
Well, yeah, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, Castaway.
That's right, he did. Yeah, okay.
Like, he has a catalog.
Yes.
But his most recent movie coming out is The Walk with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which I think looks bad because I don't think it looks like a fun biopic. I will see it because it's Robert Zemeckis.
Right.
But stuff like that, yeah. So
okay.
What you got for me, if anything else?
I've got, let's see. I'll do 3 more pieces of news.
Okay, cool.
3. Okay, so first one, this will be the last comic book news I talk about.
Oh,
it's very short.
Okay.
And it's something very in the future and something that we're both excited for.
Sure.
Because they're eyeing directors for Captain Marvel movie already.
Yeah.
They want Angelina Jolie to direct it.
Oh, yeah, I did read that, didn't I?
I don't know how I feel about that.
She sucks as a director.
What else did she do? I don't even know what else she's directed, to be honest.
Her most recent movie is that, what's it called? What's that movie called? The World War II movie.
Oh, the Unbroken one or whatever?
Yeah, Unbroken.
I haven't seen that.
I mean, that movie wasn't bad by any means, but dude.
I don't know.
Stop giving people shit to do just because they're famous.
Yeah.
Like, find people that can make a good superhero movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain Marvel's kind of hard, though, because, I mean, I don't know what you would consider her style, like her genre of type of comic book. Like, I would say give Neil Blomkamp a chance, but he needs a science fiction character.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
But Angelina Jolie, no way.
Yeah, I don't.
No way.
I agree with you on that. I don't think Angelina Jolie should direct it. But
now she's gonna be in it as a character. Cool.
I'd be down for her to be in it. Yeah.
But but don't play her as Carol.
The director.
Don't put her as Carol or the fuck her name.
Oh yeah, no, it's got to be somebody young.
Yeah, well, it's gotta be someone and blonde.
Yeah. Well, that too.
Even though they can fake that, but still.
I mean, I don't know. Does it have to be blonde?
Carol Danvers is that's her name, right? She's blonde, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, she is, but now
or they going
now they have the new Captain Marvel,
or they going for the Middle Eastern one.
Yeah, the Middle Eastern. Which
I'd be down with that too.
That'd be an interesting take. I'd be down to see that.
I'd be down with that.
But yeah, so we've got that. Do you have any more news?
No, I'm out.
Oh, okay. So I'll just run through. Speaking of Neil Blomkamp,
Chappie.
Yes, Well, oh yeah, he did Chappie.
He's doing Chappie.
But he also a while ago I talked about he had a bunch of those concept arts for new an alien film that he wanted to do. He wants to direct it, and now it might actually happen.
Good.
Yeah. So he was
fantastic.
Yeah. He said he started to work on it. He was talking to Sigourney Weaver about making it. And so I mean it sounds like he's really down to do it. I'm excited to see him do it.
Do you want to know why though? I think
what?
Because Neil Blomkamp, they actually went to him and I believe they actually asked him to make Star Trek or Star Wars. They went to him and asked him to make a spin-off of one of those. I can't remember which one exactly, but they asked him to make one of those big science fiction franchises. And he said no because he wanted to make his own work.
Yeah.
And Elysium wasn't too hot.
Yeah.
Now, if Chappie doesn't do too hot, he's going to have to come out and do one of these franchises to get his support back. So
yeah.
I mean, and also those pictures for Alien, they looked sweet.
Yeah,
it looked awesome. Great, and I think he would do a great job with Alien. So I'm happy to see that they were even giving him another shot as that, because I mean they were in production for it. So
yeah, Yeah, I mean, yeah, Fox was talking to him about it, and they wanted him to do it, but yeah, like you said earlier, he kind of, he wanted to try to do his own thing. But I mean, he obviously made the concept work, so he's been touching on it. So I mean, yeah, he's basically at the point where he's like, I might do it, but I mean, plus he's not entirely sure. But
if you get back to Sigourney Weaver,
yeah,
I mean, that'd be perfect. I mean, I'm not sure what you can do since Prometheus kind of like was a prequel type of story. Just don't give it back to Ridley Scott, because obviously he can't make a movie anymore.
Apparently, yeah.
But The Martian, I'm still excited to see.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that, and then my final piece of news is another sci-fi themed piece of news. We have the Stargate sequel coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Directed by Roland Emmerich. And we now have writers for it. Mm-hmm. He has picked up writers Nicholas Wright and James Woods for his Stargate sequel. Mm-hmm. So I'm down to see it.
Little known secret, Zach.
Yes.
I'm a huge Stargate fan.
Ooh.
My dad is a huge Stargate fan as well. He got me into Stargate. He loves the movie.
Yeah.
He enjoys the show a decent bit. Mm-hmm. I love the movie because of Kurt Russell. And yes. I fucking loved the show.
Yes.
No, I didn't like the spin-off shows. I didn't like our Atlantis.
See, I actually kind of liked Atlantis.
I hated it. I hated it.
I liked Atlantis. I remember SG-1.
SG-1 was the best.
SG-1 was good. It was so good.
Tangent. SG-1, whatever, I forgot her name, the main girl in that show, the main lady, was, I had a crush on her for so long.
Yeah.
She had like a little short haircut. It's like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The blonde chick?
The blonde chick, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Atlantis was good. Atlantis is where we first got to see Jason Momoa really like come into kind of his own. You didn't like him?
He was one of the reasons why I hated Atlantis.
What?
Dreadlock weird dude? No way. At least the black guy in SG-1 was a cool alien.
Yeah, that's true.
Snake Egyptian guy. Wasn't Stargate Universe a show too?
Yes, but I never watched that.
I didn't watch it either.
I heard
SG-1 was the shit.
SG-1 was really, really solid.
I'm excited for this.
Plus, they brought a lot of the people from the movie into SG-1, which was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the movie is fantastic. I mean, obviously, it's a great movie. Yeah. I think it's a really underrated science fiction film that no one talks about anymore. Yeah. Really enjoy it. Kurt Russell's awesome in it. The best. I'm excited to see what they do with this, whether it's a sequel or a reboot, whatever it may be. Yeah. I'm excited to see what it is.
I am too. Down for it.
Which moves us into our next segment of the show. What is out this week in theaters? Kingsman: The Secret Service. Talk about excited.
I have heard nothing but good things about this one.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if you saw this, but Mark Hamill has been doing like little like pre-rolls for it.
Oh, I have not seen this.
Don't be texting in the theater. He's like pushing between like Luke and like the Joker and stuff like that. It's like, oh shit.
That's awesome.
Kingsman looks a lot of fun.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey.
Uh-huh.
What We Do in the Shadows, the rewrite in the last 5 years on Blu-ray and VOD. Predestination with Ethan Hawke.
Yes.
Right? Which I want to see. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad, this piece of shit, probably movie. That came out. As well as Nightcrawler, which guess who bought that today?
Jason bought
because I love Nightcrawler. So
I like it too.
I have that.
Yes, I thoroughly enjoy it.
On Netflix as well, by the way.
Is it really?
On Netflix now, yeah.
No way. Okay.
Yep, on Netflix. So that's what's out this week. And normally, Zach, I would say, let's go into our final piece of the show, which is a discussion part of the show. Yes. But not this time. Before we get to the final discussion, I have a new segment I'm calling This or That.
Oh, boy.
So I'm going to read off a little thing for you. Zach, you have no clue I'm doing this because this is like...
you sprung this on me, Jason. My heart's beating fast. I don't know how to deal with this.
So I'm going to give you two options, and I'm going to give you a category. Okay. And you're going to pick one of those two films, okay?
Okay.
Pretty simple. Okay. Here's the first one, right?
Okay.
Better crime movie.
Ooh.
Reservoir Dogs or Snatch. I'm gonna go ahead. Snatch. I love Guy Ritchie. I think Snatch is fantastic.
I have to go with Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, I can agree. I understand.
I love Quentin Tarantino. It's very good. All the performances from all the characters in there. It was very on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, totally.
And that Reservoir Dogs takes it for me. But Snatch is good too.
Yeah, they're both fantastic movies, both great crime films. Again, they're crime films, but they're different crime films. But I think they're great. Snatch was just funny, man. Snatch is hilarious. Has that British wit that Guy Ritchie brings to his movie.
Yes.
I love Snatch so much. I mean, all his crime films, man, whether it's Rock and Rolla or Snatch, I love Lock, Stock. Reservoir Dogs is also, it's a great entrance to the film industry for Quentin Tarantino. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So my next piece, next one. What's the better Steven Spielberg movie?
Oh,
Jurassic Park or Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, tough one, right? Because they're both fantastic movies.
They're both really good movies.
I'll go ahead again. I already know mine, which is Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders, I love Raiders. I love Indiana Jones. I love the character. I love that movie. Jurassic Park, obviously, is a fantastic movie. So well made, so ahead of its time, well shot, well animated with the effects. Fantastic film, but I don't know any of their names. But I know tons of names in Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I mean, I know names from Jurassic Park.
Well,
sure. Yeah. I got names. But I'm going to agree with you. Raiders.
There we
Raiders.
Go.
I think Raiders is the better of the two. Okay. I'm sorry, Jurassic Park. Love you.
Sweet. All right. What's the better alien invasion movie? War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise or Independence Day?
Independence Day for sure. Hands down. Independence Day is such a good movie.
I would agree. Yeah. Because War of the Worlds is totally, it was cool, but it was kind of like Signs, I thought, a little bit. But Independence Day was like its own thing. Independence Day, the president's speech gives me goosebumps.
Such a good speech. For Independence Day,
it gives me goosebumps whenever I hear it, and they will not be able to replicate that in Independence Day 2.
No, I don't think they will be able to either. But yeah, War of the Worlds was something that could already been done before. I mean, War of the Worlds has been something been around for a really, really long time.
That's Orson Welles, right?
Yeah, Orson Welles from the 40s.
Radio play, wasn't it?
Yeah,
or whatever called radio show.
Yeah, it was like a radio show. I actually think it was from the 30s.
Probably.
But yeah, that's been around for a really long time.
The movie's good. The movie's good.
Oh yeah, the movie was good. Tom Cruise, obviously. Yeah. Really good in it. But Independence Day was something that had never been done before in a really long time. Plus you got Will Smith, my boy Jeff Goldblum.
Get me one of these.
Woo!
Or whatever he
Welcome
says.
to Earth, bitch. Yeah. But you got Jeff Goldblum, my boy Jeff Goldblum. You got Bill Paxton. I mean, solid all-star cast. Oh.
Totally, yeah. All right. What's the better overall montage movie?
Okay.
Rocky or The Karate Kid?
I have to say Rocky. Because Rocky started the montage. You don't have the montage without Rocky.
Yeah, I want to disagree with you because I love The Karate Kid so much. Because The Karate Kid's really like this. It's the same movie, really. Just one's karate, one's boxing.
Right.
I want to agree, or I want to disagree with you, but yeah, you're right. Rocky is the better montage movie.
Yeah.
All right. What is the better M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Oh, boy.
The Happening or The Last Airbender?
The Happening.
Oh,
The Airbender The Last Airbender just trashed everything about that series.
I 100% agree with you. I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to say The Last Airbender is a better movie because I enjoyed it more. I wasn't as mad. I mean, I was totally pissed off afterwards, but I was comparing it to the source material.
Yeah.
If I cut the source material out of my mind, it's just a bad movie.
Yeah.
But when I think about The Happening, nothing about The Happening was done well and just pissed me off every second.
But you had your boy Mark Wahlberg in it.
Yeah, but I hate Mark Wahlberg. Except for Boogie Nights, I hate Mark Wahlberg, man. It's a transformer.
It's a transformer. Yeah, I got you.
All right, I think this is my last one of these.
Okay.
Better early 2000s comedy.
Okay.
Bubble Boy with Jake Gyllenhaal or Stuck on You with Matt Damon.
I don't think I've seen Bubble Boy, so I'd have to go with Stuck on You, because Stuck on You has Matt Damon and Owen Wilson, right?
Not Owen Wilson, no. It's other similar looking guy.
Other similar looking guy to Owen Wilson.
Guy, yeah. No,
but it's the one where they're
together, they're conjoined.
Yeah,
twins
the conjoined twins, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy was my first introduction to Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
Most people say Donnie Darko, but mine was Bubble Boy, and Bubble Boy. I mean, it's a bad movie, but
yeah.
I pick Bubble Boy. I think it's a funnier early 2000s film.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a segment I wanted to do, kind of throw in there and see.
Okay.
A fun game. Since last week you fucked me up in the guessing game.
It's not my fault. You said to pick sort of obscure movies, and I picked sort of obscure. Okay, I picked really obscure movies, but
whatever, it's fine.
It's all right. You got me back.
No, this is It's more fun. There's no wrong answer.
You made me pick Raiders over Jurassic Park. I'm sorry.
Because it's the obvious choice. That's why.
It is though.
But that leads us.
BRB dying.
Yeah. That leads us into our final segment of the show where Zach and I discuss a film or a topic, or last week we had a game that we decided to pick on. This week we were watching, and honestly, it was kind of fun that we picked this movie, not even knowing that 50 Shades of Grey comes out this week.
Was coming out.
Yeah, and
Friday.
everyone is like saying, "Hey, 50 Shades of Grey is coming out. You should go watch this movie."
Yeah.
So we watched the indie Sundance film Secretary, directed by Steven Shainberg, who directed a movie called Fur. It stars Maggie Gyllenhaal and James Spader. Came out in 2002. Had a budget of $4 million and made $9 million in the box office. And it was at Sundance.
Yeah.
Secretary, Zach, I proposed this movie to you last week.
Yes.
Because I've never seen it before. I read the description of it. You never heard of it before. I asked you to read the description.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the movie overall?
First of all, my subtitle for this movie, the prequel to 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, right.
Because it's the same movie, hands down.
I think probably better, well written. I think.
I think I enjoyed this movie way more than I'm going to enjoy 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah, totally.
But yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal in it was awesome as this weird, quirky little girl who has family problems with her dad, and that's why
her life sucks.
Her life. 5 minutes into this movie, I was like, Maggie Gyllenhaal's character has such a shitty life.
Released from a
mental institution for cutting herself because she accidentally got caught.
Yeah.
Cutting herself. She comes back. Her dad's still an alcoholic, even though he said he'd stop. Her mom is locking everything away so that she can't cut herself anymore. It's just it's so
we're
sad.
introduced to this character and kind of like, oh man, this character is probably really
yeah,
she's weird.
But there's a redeeming quality because even though her life kind of sucks, she's able to pick herself up and kind of move on from that in a way. Because I mean,
totally,
she still goes to community college and she gets really good typing scores, which allows her to get the job as a secretary.
Yeah.
But she's trying to find a way to move on with her life and stuff like that. And I think it was, even though it's a very tragic character in a sense at first. Mm-hmm. There's a redeeming quality that I think you don't see in many characters like that.
Sure. No, I agree. I mean, overall, the movie, I really, it's flat right now, I really like this movie. Going into it actually with zero expectations, just not knowing what's going to happen. I know that I like Maggie Gyllenhaal, and that James Spader is James Spader, Ultron, and so it's an indie film. I can tell, so I go into it with 100%. It's what's going to happen? It's an erotic romance. What's going to happen? And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's definitely a very memorable movie for me because I don't watch many erotic romance movies. People should believe me. I don't watch many erotic.
I don't watch many. I'll believe you, Jason.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought it was very, very well written. The characters were really, for us to get almost zero backstory on when we get some backstory with Lee, who was Maggie Gyllenhaal's character. Yeah, and we get zero backstory with James Spader's character. His name is Mr. Grey. We still get everything we need.
By the way, his name is Mr. Grey. Dorian Gray from 50 Shades of Grey. I'm calling out this woman who wrote 50 Shades of Grey, saying that she stole her whole idea from this movie.
I believe you.
Calling her out because this movie was made 10 years before her books even came out.
Well, in case she's listening to us while she's rolling in her money pool.
In her money pits.
Zach's calling you out right now, by the way.
I'm calling you out. You're a liar and a cheat, and you better give Maggie Gyllenhaal her due.
Really pissed right now that you're calling her out. But it was really well written. I mean, even for an erotic thriller, erotic romance, that was really well written.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thoroughly enjoyed myself with this movie a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah,
because when you originally told me that we were going to watch it, you were like, watch a trailer and see what you think. And I watched a trailer and I was like, this is going to be a really fucking weird movie. Like, I didn't know what to think about this. And speaking of which, you said it was a Sundance movie.
Yeah.
Sundance film earlier. And there's a sequence in this movie that is very Sundance film-esque.
Which part? Which sequence?
When she does her, like, dream sequence.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
she's, like, in the flower and she sees
stuff.
James Spader. And I was like, this is the... And she was... Basically, it wasn't even a dream sequence. It was like a fantasy sequence. And she was masturbating.
Yeah.
It was
a dream
weird.
sequence. Yeah, because she was mad. That sequence is so good because it's like a masturbation sequence,
right?
But in that weird like Sundancey indie thing you would expect from art house film,
right?
Like, the flowers and shit, and like But like she's like thinking about Peter, her boyfriend, kind of like the normal guy.
Yeah.
And like she's like, that's not working for her. So she knocks the picture of him over and then goes back to James Spader's character. Yeah. And it's like, that scene was really well done. And
I'm your secretary.
I'm your secretary. This movie has like 5 masturbation scenes in it, honestly. Oh my God.
So much.
I mean, that scene was really interesting to the character. You really saw her. Mm-hmm. That was when she like really awoke to like really obviously, I'm sexually awakening. I'm into my boss.
Yeah.
But the scene, and this is skipping it forward a little bit because we're not going in order. Right. But when like she's been waiting for him to give her orders the entire time, and then he calls her into his office, and then he like tells her, "Take your stockings down," and he's like jerks off onto her back.
Oh my God, it was such an awkward scene to watch. Like at first I didn't know what he was doing, and then he started breathing really hard, and I was like, "Is he doing what I think he's doing?"
Because he's like he's gonna spank her, which he does, and then he's like sort of maybe almost caressing her butt. But he's not, and I'm like, "What's going on? This is a long scene."
Yeah, and then
you see her face, and it's like, "What's this shot for?" She's like bent over the table with her stockings down. What the hell's going on?
Like it didn't make any sense at first either, because he was like, "Take your stockings down," and she was like, "What?" He was like, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna fuck you." And then she takes her stockings down, so all you hear is the zipper, and I was like, "Wait, is he really gonna fuck her right now?"
Well, he says, "Are you worried I'm gonna fuck you?" It's like, what? Because when she's trying to have sex with Peter, she says, "My clothes stay on."
Yeah.
So like when he's like, "Take your stockings off," she's like, "What? What are you talking about? We never do that." But then he like, I love the attention to detail because when he by the way, that scene was again a long masturbation sequence, probably the longest I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Because I've seen many masturbation sequences. And then, like, he does his thing. But when she walks away, her lower back is, like, covered. It's, like, good detail there. Good detail. Because, I mean, like, I think most people will just forget.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, watch the movie, and I was like, okay, so where'd it go? Is it on the floor? Is it, like, like, where'd it go? But it's like, that's where it went. Gotcha. Okay.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah. But, I mean, I love the scene. Talking about scene, I love the scene where she's with Peter actually in the early part of the movie when she just gets the job, right? And they're at the laundromat and like they're talking, and she's like, "You wear those underwear, but you want to have kids because those things like squeeze your balls and stuff." So it shows how like naive she really is.
Yeah,
you know? And that's a really redeeming. I think that's a really redeeming quality about the character. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite scene in the film?
My favorite scene in the film.
Yeah.
I think my favorite scene, I don't know. I think, to be honest, I think it's
the bathroom scene when she's in the bathroom and the girl's in the other stall.
No, not that. That was an awkward scene.
And she's like, peas,
which is a
mashed potatoes.
Which is a masturbation scene after a masturbation scene. So we got double up right there.
Yeah.
We got 2 in a row.
Which is more than we deserved.
Yeah. It was more than we were expecting.
Well, we didn't deserve that.
But I think my favorite scene would probably be the opening shot, where you kind of see her going through her life, where it's been about to the point where they're like regimented into like what their relationship is, and you kind of get a glimpse into that at first, and to see her with her arms like stuck in this position and having to like do everything like
so well done.
Yeah, and I want to say it's a one shot, but I don't think it is.
It looked like it.
It looked very close to a one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, to see her like having to like do the staple with her head, and then to do the coffee with one arm, and to get the
paper with one hand.
Yeah, paper with one hand.
And the fax printer with like the
and
mouth.
She had it, with her mouth and just.
Which is kind of like you could just move your hand and pick that up as well. Like
you don't have to. You could pick both up with one hand.
Yeah,
but
that shot's so good.
Yeah, to see that and then it kind of gives you a glimpse into this world, and then it skips back and like eases you into it a little more. I think was a very good It was a very good choice of like how to set this movie up. Like, It was it wasn't like completely like throwing you in there. Like it wasn't like the spanking scene.
Yeah.
But it was a good kind of teaser. Like this is the type of movie like you're about to watch.
Yeah, I mean, going from like the very first time it happens to that scene we're talking about.
Yeah.
Again, which is a great scene because shows like this is how the relationship is.
Yeah.
To obviously James Spader's character, Mr. Gray, like becoming disgusted with, almost ashamed of what he's doing, which is why he fires her and also like that. But my favorite scene is the first spanking scene. I think that scene is so well done. Like you're watching it and you can't help but not you feel creepy.
Yeah.
Watching that scene, you just can't not feel creepy. So I'm watching that scene and I'm like, do I think Maggie Gyllenhaal's hot? Like I don't know. I'm watching the scene like I think she's hot.
I think she's hot.
Why am I enjoying James Spader spanking this? And I'm like, it's such a long scene.
Oh my god!
And it's like, yo.
And
afterwards, am I into this now? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
and afterwards, with the shot of because that was like that scene that you're talking about happened right before the one where he was like he found out that she was cutting herself and he's like, you're not going to cut yourself anymore, like ever. And then that after that spanking scene, you see like her butt and like it's all bruised and whatnot. And it was like basically, and basically she realized like this is my new cutting. Like I'm going to have him like hurt me.
Well, yeah, because that happens, and then she's like she goes to the bathroom like you said, and she pulls up her thing. You see her bruised butt.
Yeah. And
then that's her sexual awakening. Like this is my thing.
Yeah, this is my thing.
And before I move on, I mentioned that that's well written, but like Maggie Gyllenhaal is amazing in this movie. She acts so well in this film. But on the same side, James Spader, for a character we don't get his background, he is killer in this movie.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought he was really, really solid in this movie. Yeah,
does he have an Oscar? He needs an Oscar, dude.
I don't think he does.
I mean, I don't watch The Blacklist or anything like that.
Yeah, I've actually heard he's really, really good.
I heard he's great in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, dude, and just this movie alone, this indie, low-budget Sundance film about an erotic romance, he fucking slays it.
Yeah,
he's so great in this movie.
Kills it.
I mean, between, like, obviously he's known for playing kind of eccentric characters, but what's the deal with the red Sharpie?
I had no idea. What's the deal with that?
And then the scene where he first hire her, and he has, like, the 7 of them, he, like, throws them all away. What's the point?
I think he's actually done this with multiple secretaries before, which is why he has that secretary sign underneath his little thing.
Yeah.
Because if you remember at the very beginning when Maggie Gyllenhaal shows up, the other secretary is leaving.
Yeah, she's crying.
And then he throws all the red markers away. So I think he'd actually done that before with her. Like he hadn't had a secretary who was like masochistic, but I think he'd always been sort of like sadistic with all his characters and like marking up their papers and like going after them like for small mistakes like that. So
I think he's definitely always been like, you can tell because like how he's slowly building up to becoming a dominant personality where he's like he's overbearing and he's like tough, so he's like makes them cry. Yeah. But he finds Maggie Gyllenhaal's character Lee, who wants the pain.
Yeah.
So that's where they mesh really well. Now, when you saw his ex-girlfriend, like the blonde lawyer, girl, who's obviously another like extremely dominant personality.
Yeah.
I want to know more about. I kind of want to know more about them.
Because at the beginning he has a picture of her.
He's holding
like
the
looking
time,
at her. Yeah, and he's looking at her, and then Maggie goes away, and she goes to the front, and he like hides it and whatnot. But yeah, I wanted to know more about that. Like, what exactly happened with that relationship?
I think it's like he ended up. She was so dominant where he's like he kind of
was like,
the bitch.
He's like, I don't do submissive. This isn't for me. But
talking about the submissive things, like, you know, this when you first see them start this BDSM type of thing, and Gray is giving Lee the permission. He just says, "You are free." Like, he says to her, "You are free now," and like you see her like walking through the park, and she's like, I'd never done this before. Like, even though it was given to me, I got permission to do this. I'm like doing new things or whatever. And like, it's kind of heartwarming a little bit.
Yeah.
It's in a weird way. It's kind of heartwarming.
To see the progression of their relationship throughout the movie, you kind of like, you root for them at the end of it.
Oh, yeah,
and like,
totally.
And it kind of like broke my heart for a little bit at first where it
they
was
broke
like,
up, yeah.
Yeah, when they broke up and then...
Or whatever you want to call it.
Or whatever it was, because they technically were together. And then you kind of see her like go back and like confess her love. And he was like, no, you stay here and you do what I want and you prove to me how much you love me.
Well, not really prove to me, but just more like, see here, because I have to work through my own shit.
Yeah.
Because like, it's definitely not like she knew what she wanted.
Yeah.
But he didn't know. He was like scared of what he wanted. I think.
He was scared of being the dominant. Yeah.
And speaking of that scene where she's gonna get married to Peter, which she's the one to do that, obviously. Yeah. Because he's creepy.
Yeah.
And that whole family's creepy. And when he runs through his office, and he tells her, "Sit down in my chair, put your feet on the floor, palms down my desk, don't move until I get back." And he's gone for 3 fucking days.
Yeah.
And the shot where she pees.
Oh my god!
I'm like, this girl is into it, and then
she's dedicated.
The entire time, like you're thinking, like, because like I think to most people you wouldn't get this type of relationship, you know, like it's not for me. Maybe it's for you, Zach. I don't know. It's not for me personally.
Not for me.
And people are like, this movie's probably weird, and like Peter plays the normal guy. Peter plays the role of the everyday person. He says,
yes.
Why are you doing this? And she says, because I want to.
Yeah.
And like most people think something's wrong with people who do this, but no, they want to do it. And she even says, I want to do it. So it's like that puts it all in perspective of like, damn, she enjoys this for more than just like a weird reason. She wants to do this because she likes the person she's doing it with. So when she's peeing in the chair, it's like she's dedicated. She's dedicated. Yeah. And the whole news crew comes out. The fucking her friends come out. They're eating dinner in the fucking office. It's like, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah, it was definitely different to see, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the movie is shot very, very well. Especially my favorite shot of the movie is whenever it shows the shot of the hallway to his door, like the long shot. It makes it look like the hallway is so far, but it's a small hallway, but it looks like it's so big.
Yeah.
That shot's really appealing to me in my eyes. I mentioned before that the spanking scene is my favorite scene in the movie. But I want to talk about overall the movie. I think it's a fantastic movie. Fantastic, really well movie.
I think it's really good.
What I didn't like though was the color choice. Like, the color palette was like dark and weird, muddy almost. It was kind of like, why did you like? I expected like a Wes Anderson color palette, like a kind of a bright, weird, quirky palette.
Which you kind of did for like that 2 minutes during that masturbation scene with the the dream sequence. That's where you got more of like the bright colors that you would expect. And I mean, more of the bright colors that you get are like from her and the outfits that she wears instead of like from the surroundings in general. I also thought it was really weird that it was like a law office, but it was like Asian
church building.
It was like
right?
Asian themed, and I was like, "What's up with this?" I don't know. That didn't make much sense to me, but yeah.
I enjoyed seeing her character grow from being this like imprisoned in her own self character to being like quote unquote free with people, a person that she can really be herself with and she enjoys.
Yes.
So and you see that from start to finish. You see her. It's literally a coming of age story. Literally a coming of age story. So I think it's a really well done story in that, in a sense, taking it into a weird direction about sadomasochistic BDSM stuff. I think it's a really well done movie. I think this is a movie people should watch if they're going to see
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, like 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. So you can know what you're getting into.
Or not even that. I think if you want a better experience.
Yes.
With a better message or
get the original
better writing, with better actors and actresses, get the movie that's going to be better for you. I think this movie's better. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to make as much. It didn't make as much money. It never will.
Yeah.
Same boat, right? Same type of style, I imagine. I imagine what's happening in 50 Shades of Grey is going to be 10 times more, weird. Yeah. Or whatever you want to call it.
See, I don't think it'll be like
just 4 peas. Just 4 peas.
4 peas and a tiny scoop of potatoes and as much ice cream as you want. And I was like...
And she looked so happy when she was
And she was like, yes. Oh my God, all her family's looking at her like,
what the fuck?
The fuck is this bitch doing?
This girl's fucking
She's just
weird.
like, I ate 4 peas.
So happy. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Secretary, good movie.
Secretary. Good movie. Great movie. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
I'm not going to say 10 out of 10.
I mean, that's just my saying. That's my saying for you should watch it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. 5-star restaurant. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, so check out Secretary, guys. That's our show this week.
That is it.
Zach, where can they find us online?
Where can they find us? Lots of places. You can find us on Facebook, Zach and Jay's Ticket Stubs. You can find us on YouTube at Zach and Jay's Ticket Stubs Podcast, I believe.
YouTube.com/Ticket Stubs Podcast.
Ticket Stubs Podcast. Or
it's become it's become a thing now where I just ask you because I know you're gonna fuck up one of them up, so it's kind of like a joke to me.
Okay.
To see which one you screw up.
See which one I screw up. But you know what? Instead of that, just go to YouTube and type in Zach and Jay's Ticket Stubs, and it'll pop up right there. Our channel will pop up, and you can see all our videos from right there.
Yeah, or easier to just go to youtube.com/Ticket Stubs Podcast.
Or you could do that too. Or you can go to theextendedition.com where we have all of our articles. You have Jason's weekly wrap up. You've got occasional movie reviews from us. We have articles based on any movie news that's coming out. So check us out there. That's where you can find us for the most part.
What about on that? Oh, speaking of the site though, I'm thinking about watching Jupiter Ascending tonight. Maybe checking it out tonight. I want to.
I think I'm gonna try to see Jupiter Ascending this week sometime.
Yeah.
I just don't know when. It'll probably be on like a Friday.
See, it's hard though because this week, Seventh Son is out, which I want to see.
I don't want to see that though.
I want to see it. I know it's gonna be bad, but I want to see it. Jupiter Ascending's out. I want to see it. I'm gonna see it. It's the Wachowskis. I love the Wachowskis.
See, I think I'm gonna watch Kingsman and
Kingsman comes out too, and it's like,
See, I think what I want to watch this week is Kingsman and Jupiter Ascending. I think those are the two that I want to watch.
Totally.
So I'm gonna try to watch those this week.
Yeah, me too. Probably, honestly. Yeah. I think tonight I'm gonna go watch Jupiter Ascending though.
Okay.
And maybe I'll write a review of it. Maybe we'll see.
Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna try to watch because Kingsman came out last week, right?
Comes out this week.
It comes out. Then I'm gonna try to watch Jupiter Ascending probably tomorrow because I won't be able to tonight. But I think I'll try to watch it tomorrow, and then Friday I'll go and watch Kingsman.
Yeah. Next week I'll watch Kingsman probably.
Yeah.
But Zach, where can they find you online personally?
Online personally, do you really?
Yeah, we've been saying the past few weeks.
Yeah, we have, but there's a lot of dashes and stuff.
Okay. What about on your Twitter?
On my Twitter, you can find me on Twitter. It's Zach Austin Tyler. You can find me on Facebook. Just look up Zach Rigger. I'll be up there. If you want to let me know who you are, so I just don't think you're some random stranger, that'd be awesome. But on
Tumblr, though, where can they find you on Tumblr?
But on Tumblr,
I'm asking specifically on Tumblr.
But on Tumblr, if you really want to find me on Tumblr, you can find me at yare-daze-bra.tumblr.com because Jason just wants me to submit me to this week after week from now on until I change it. Until I change it.
Or you own up to it.
I own up to it.
Yeah.
I say it. I'm not going to run from it. It's just there's a lot to say there. It's a mouthful.
Well, if you want to find me online, you can find me on Twitter at SuperUltraJ, Jayy, or on Tumblr at NoCountryForOldDongs.
That's a kick-ass name.
I know, right? Thanks, guys, for listening to this week's episode of the Ticket Stubs Podcast. Check you out next week. Make sure you go to our website at theextendededition.com for all your movie news.
All right, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, you. Have a good week.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thanks. Have a good week.